Hey there, folks. There's a lot going on. Everything's kind of nutty. Uh, October 28th was kind of a big day for me. I had stuff going on. Um, but it's also, as I've recently heard about, I had a bit of a feeling, talked to some others about it, and then I had to research it myself. And Jason Womble used to be about my biggest critic. Actually, he was my biggest critic. I don't have many. Um, he shot himself in the head, killed himself. He was a security guard or something. Kind of makes you wonder about some of our security guards, okay? Always picking on the dead. No, I'm making a point. Listen to some of his videos. You think mine are nuts? Yeah. Okay. When he first attacked me, I said, "Huh, I wonder if I can help him." So I went in his head and I looked at him and I said, "That's his thought process. That's who he is. That's a natural flowing thought process for him. Extremely vindictive, abusive, aggressive, and arrogant, just crazy." Some of the stuff him and his buddies talk about is total insanity. It's like taking all of the movements and names of the players in a game of chess and holding up a tennis ball and saying, "This is this." It goes like this. And I'm like, wow. I go in these people's heads and I literally, and I think we all know by now, I go into people's heads real easily. Been doing it for many years. And I just watch the thoughts and where it's going, and it's just all a mess. And I'm like, wow, they literally have to work so hard and actually suffer trying to find a way to find words to put together to make something that doesn't make any sense anyway. It's incredible. Anyway, not trying to pick on a guy, just making a point. Any of you that have ever listened to his videos, you know what I'm talking about, okay? It's just a little different when you can see it like that. But, and then I looked at it right away and I said, what happened? Even before I was sure he was dead. You know, we live in a physical world. All of you know me, most all of you know me already, but all of you that know me, you understand how strong I am and what I can do. I still live in a physical world like you. I need to check things, make sure, be careful, okay? I don't check a whole lot, but when it comes to someone's death or something like that, then I want to take a look at it. And sure enough, it's in the obituaries and everything else for the newspaper. But as soon as I heard about it, I looked at him and I saw death, and then I saw him also talking. I think the first time I looked at him talking in the video, saw him alive, and then I wiped that, and then I looked at him and I saw the death. And then I said, okay, what's really going on? I went to look at him, and I said, okay, what happened? And then I saw two. They're called. You can call them gnomes. Okay, gnomes or imps. Excuse me. They're about this big, 6 to 9 inches usually. They're usually 27% negative. Actually, I had something to do with that a long time ago. So when we made the bodies for Faye, Lily and I did. That was in a previous video I just shot a second ago. Oh yeah. By the way, it's. 2:08 Friday, 2:09 p.m. 2:09 p.m. Friday, November 6th. Okay, one of our horses just got adopted, Scarlet. She's so beautiful and so loving. And Melissa takes care of our horses for us. She's awesome. She's family too. She approved of it. The lady did. Michelle went out there to look at it. I'll tell her. So you see that, honey? Yay! I love you, baby. We've got Karen with us. I can't get away from her. I'm driving her nuts. Every once in a while, she gets mad at me. She throws darts into her computer. It's really pissing me off because I got to keep buying her new computers. No, I'm gonna kid. Let's kid. Made you laugh. Anyway, back to the serious stuff. So what happened, what happened was there were two M's, one 27% negative, one 37% negative, and believe it or not, it was the 27% negative imp that was really working Jason over and in his head and giving him hell, just going in his head and just running around messing with him until finally he shot himself. And that was done on purpose because it was time for him to go. Folks, you're going to see a lot of changes. I'm not kidding. This isn't about me. This isn't about Lily. But Ara and Lily have literally just began to take charge. And as soon as I can get over here, get out of here, then Ara can get put back together again, and Ara will be large in charge everywhere with Lily because she keeps them tempered. And then they're going to go ahead and just set everything up, start changing things and finish taking out the trash. But these two were sent there to make sure that that was taken care of. I mentioned something. I mentioned something else earlier about Ara going after the Anunnaki group that's down here. They're in the oceans, and they're literally beaming in and out of. They're moving in and out of dimensions. They're going interdimensional, outwards and inwards, under the ocean. That has a bad effect. Okay, that sends bad, incredibly horrific vibrations through the water, which, when it gets intense, will literally run whales, like pilot whales, right on the shore to get away. That's happened with orcas. Okay, it's crazy. This is stuff that's been going on for a while. Same thing with seals. Now, something else that happens as they come in and out, as they come in and out, go interdimensional back and forth underwater. They're also causing other problems. There's other energies that are released, different frequencies, which actually kill some of the stuff in the water, bacteria, something. Folks, I don't know what the name is, I don't care. But it's killing some of the stuff in the water. And then this stuff is eaten by something else that's eaten by the fish or something, that the food source that the seals are eating. So it's literally killing the food source. So now we have seals washing up on the beach all over the place in California. Okay? Wrong. I said I was leaving. I'm gonna. It's not that much longer. And I'm going to go into that in just a second. So when I was talking, that's Burju. When I was talking with Karen the other day, we were Skyping, and all of a sudden, in my head, I'm just seeing this big thing walking into the ocean, and I looked at it. It was part of my own energy. It's the hour from this body, but it was walking. It's outside of the body, and it literally was walking. And I'm saying, going through the ocean, getting deeper, getting ready to go deep. The water isn't pristine like down in Florida or lower Mexico on the west coast or something. And there were some cliffs. There was like cliffs in the distance, and then I said okay, and I got Pacific, and then I saw it was Northern Pacific, and I saw where he was going, and then I saw him go in there, and he started messing with these weird little. It's underground. Water flows through it. It's almost like some kind of big cage, but they're big bars and everything else. But it's a huge thing. And then it's got a smaller mesh to keep some of the fish and stuff out. But inside, and there's a platform, like a cement platform. Inside there, that's where these things go in and out, in and out, in and out. And they actually use the seawater to buffer what's going on. Now, they can go in and out in another area where they have small transporters where people beam in and out. But this is the big ships. Big ships come in and out, transporters. Okay? Now, there's two of them. One of them's, there's a place, I think, I don't know if it's Eureka, something like that, in Northern California. It's like 250 miles out, 250 miles northwest from that part of California. I'm going to do this backwards. The top of California, by the coast, it goes like this, and then there's a little bump. It's right around where that little bump is, 250 miles out in the water north, about 135 miles out in the water south. South-southeast and north-north, wait a minute, north-northwest, and then south-southwest. Well, about south, more south-southwest than southwest. Anyway, those are the two areas where this large one's coming in and out, the large ships coming out. Now you say, gee, that's pretty close to the shore. Well, whatever, not really. It's in some pretty deep water. Let me throw some other information at you right now. This is something you can do research on. I understand you can't do a whole lot of research on stuff that I say, okay? That's not like, ooh, my big cover. That's just the way it is, okay? My end goal is for all of you to see everything you can, because as I've always stated ever since I started becoming public, actually before then, I've always said you have to see this for yourself. You have to have your own truth. How the hell can you have your own truth if you can't see it for yourself? Okay? Simple. Just as simple as Jay in his overalls. Okay? So anyway, a lot of people think that when it comes to alien activity on the planet, who's in charge? Well, the Air Force, of course. No, the Navy. When there's an issue involving alien life on this planet where somebody finds something, sees something, something happens, the first organization called is the United States Navy, a certain branch of the United States Navy. Gee, why is that? They have to fly through the air to come here. Actually, they don't. They come through the multi-dimensional, creating a multi-dimensional drift, just coming in and out under the water. Voila, Navy. Okay. They try to go up in the sky, space. That's when the blue orbs kind of take them out. Oh yeah, did I give that up? Those things can attack and kill crafts. The blue spheres. Yeah, they do, but they do a lot more than that to help us, folks. Okay. Never be afraid of those things. Never. Okay, I give the guys hell. Sometimes I've messed with them. They mess with me, I mess with them. No biggie. Okay. The problem with the good guys, basically the good guys of the Federation. Okay, they're CIA schmucks. They're being dealt with. No biggie. They're nothing. I laugh at them all the time. As a matter of fact, one of them was talking with Pajou, saying the ship that she called me up to tell me about it. About how she looked behind, saw this, saw that, and I said, they're showing you a big ship. I said, honey, sweetie, it's not. It's another little ship. They're moving stuff on and off, blah, 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 but they're trying to tell her, Jay didn't do anything, ha, 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 we got this made. And it's so stupid. They're idiots. They think they're so arrogant. They're the ones that are responsible, like I've said, about giving other planets the right to come here and take us and our animals and dissect us, or, take some of our DNA and throw us out somewhere wet, naked, out in the middle of the field with amnesia. Oh yeah. Yeah. Maybe they need some of that, but it'll kick it up about 3 times. Remember what I said? Karma's reenacted, but when I'm finished, it's going to hit 3 times harder. So, now we know about the Navy, why they're the top dogs when it comes to this, the alien life form situation, and why they're in charge of it. The Air Force does not have top priority. The Navy does. So anyway, I saw Ara going down there. I mentioned it yesterday. Honey, was it yesterday that we saw that? That I saw that when we were talking, or a day before. I can't remember. Anyway, there's a video out about it. I think it was yesterday. I can't remember anything. Karen can. I'm lost with that stuff. But anyway, so that's what he was doing. Now, something else I want you to know. Lily, her energy body, the basic energy, as Lily and Ara had lives that got bigger and bigger and bigger, and then they literally had to start releasing their own focal points that would go, like one at a time, that would go into a body, or actually a couple at a time, whatever. That would go into a body because they were too big. And as those focal points left the main part of the body, they were like the intelligence centers and the knowledge centers. So that left the main body sentient, but it really wasn't, too up on things, okay? It really wasn't that smart. Strong, yes. Loving, understanding to a point, but not as smart as the other ones that go off. That's why Ara has his own quote-unquote driver, his main focal point that's going to run him, okay, as soon as it gets out of the body, and then Lily has the same. Lily is already attaching to her driver. It's already happening. And she is literally in charge on the other side. Now, we still have some small parts of Lily and Ara, clean source energy, that are causing trouble, plus a few other, fools. They're being taken care of. When I can finish get out in the body, which will be soon, you'll see it. I'm not in control of this exactly how it goes, and if I had to be, I'll do what I need to, but I'm not going to have to because I understand this is happening for a good reason. And it's the best thing for y'all. So that's the main thing to keep in mind. People can say what they want about me, folks. It doesn't matter. What matters is that I do my job. Okay, that's what's paramount. And literally, Lily and Ara are putting together a new creation for you that you're gonna love. It's gonna be incredible. You won't even be able to appreciate it until you get home on the other side. This part of Lily is becoming smarter, more aware of lives and everything from getting this other, Lily's body from the focal point from her driver that's in a body right now. So she's getting stronger, it's happening, things are moving around. Folks, before you know it, Lily and Ara will be together on the other side, and they will be running things and setting things up, and you'll see everything happening. In the meantime, there's still going to be a lot going on with the animals being taken care of, and there is a slaughterhouse issue that will be handled. So, but see, at the same time, our friends in space have replicators. They need to be working here. We need food without killing animals, because like I told you, I'm taking the animals, period. That's all there is to it. And that's the one thing that's driving me crazy is, while I'm still here, I gotta hurry up and go. But I do have to do this a certain way, and there's a good reason for it. It's personal. It's not going out. Okay, love you, just the same. Anyway, before you know it, things will be laid out nice and easy. Your lives will be a whole lot better, but there's stuff going on, tearing stuff up. You'll start seeing it in the Pacific Ocean first, and then in the Atlantic. So, I'm trying to think of anything else I have right now that is going on. 2016 is the new 2012, and you'll find out soon. So what's happening, I wasn't aware of it until it was happening, and it just keeps going on like that. People, there's no perfect being. Everything keeps changing everywhere because that's what happens. If you're existing, you're changing. And one last thing, folks. When people say there's no time somewhere, they are totally incorrect, okay? Time is a set of sequence to go from one point to another, to another, to another, to another. It is possible to move in and out of them, but that doesn't matter. Time is still going, okay? The way we measure time differs. But even in the first dimension, something came out before something else came out. That's a sequence of chronological events. That is time. So anyway, look, love y'all. That's enough for now. Take care, and we'll see you soon.